Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. Really appreciate you coming by tonight. Welcome on this Whiskey Wednesday for the Mash and Drum 1-year anniversary show, which was actually Monday. So, yeah, 2 days ago, technically, was the first video that I ever put out, which was for the Jefferson's Weeded Bourbon. And yeah, it's been a long, crazy ride, but I'm glad everyone's here, and I'm glad I've had so much support over the last year. The channel grew real fast, faster than I ever could have imagined, and I couldn't be happier than to be here tonight with you guys hanging out. It's also really a celebration of all of us together, because the channel's 1 year old, but it wouldn't be 1 year old without the support of the viewers and everyone else that supported me. And with that theme going on, we have some special guests tonight on the show that also really helped me and supported me from the very beginning. So I want to say hi to a few of the guys here. Let's start on my left. Let's go with Dusty Dan Trout. Say hi, man.
Hello, everybody. How are you? And thank you for having me hop on, Jason. I appreciate it. And congrats on 1 year, buddy. You deserve it, man.
Thanks, man. I see you got some Dusties in front of you there.
I do, yeah. And I got a couple to crack open here. Got a 1970 Old Taylor we're going to crack open tonight. And my Chuck Norris Jesus decanter here. and very inappropriate decanter in today's age. So.
All right. Well, looking forward to you not touching that at all. So. Also want to say hi to Eric Waite. How you doing, Eric? Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much. And I would say Jason pays very well for all the support that we give him.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And also he just jumped on, we have Scott from Scott Says Numbers. What's up, Scott?
Howdy, Jason. Hello, everybody. Dusty Dan, what's going on? Hi, Eric.
Hey, how you doing, Scott?
Good.
All right, guys. So again, thanks for coming on. I think tonight I just wanted to hang out with some of you guys that really just, like I said, supported the channel from the beginning, and really drink some really good whiskey tonight. Talk about some of our favorite whiskeys that we like to bring out for celebration purposes. I know, Eric, you say that anytime you open whiskey and drink with friends and family, that's a celebration on its own, and that's true.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely true. But there are some bottles that people kind of leave around for special occasions, and I kind of want to touch on that tonight. We'll also have some really cool giveaways. We'll have some and just some fun whiskey shenanigans tonight. I have a couple of blind samples that I got. Well, I'll be tasting tonight, and everyone's just gonna hang out and have a fun night tonight. So let's see. I want to say hi to a bunch of people in the chat. See who we got. We had a bunch of people waiting pretty early. We had Steve A, Trevor Wilson, Alan the Whiskey Friend is here. He sent me some great samples. We're going to be opening a couple of those. ADHD Fishing, Kilojolt, Dram Man Kentucky's here. How you doing? Let's see who else we got here. Charles Ashworth is here. Stellar Matrix, Nick Foles, Brian Walsh. The Bourbon Buddies are here. How you doing, guys? Thanks for coming on. Brandon Weiss, Go Habs. Robot Scott is in the house. Eric Waite, who's on the TV with me. Loch Ness is here. Bourbon Sane, what's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for jumping on. Jason Coates is here. Thanks for being able to join, man. Appreciate it. Rob Davey, Karen B. Ford, Captain Make It Happen, of course. Malton of Montreal. There he is. There's Swami. Donner Pass Whiskey, Tab A Key is here, Tech 187, Johnny Blaze, Carl Ivy, just a bunch of people coming in. John Wee Whiskey Sipper Watson, love that name. Hey, Anita Felipe's in the house. How you doing? Doug Tempest, thank you so much. And we are off and running, folks. And we already got our first super chat here from Derek. Whoa, we got two. Derek Grajeda and Dark Meat Chicken. Congrats on your 1st year anniversary. Thanks so much, guys. The first cymbal crash of the night. Woo! Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it. All right. So guys, let's talk about first pours of the night right here. Being that it's my channel's 1 year anniversary, I'm gonna have to go with the birthday bourbon. What do you guys think?
That's a good choice, man.
Never had that one, but I hear it's good. So,
Oh, I gotta send you some.
with the topic, I've got a couple of celebration bottles down here below, but I'm just warming up with some Edra Dower 10 right now.
Oh, very nice. Got some good. What part is Edgedower from?
Yeah.
Is that an independent bottling?
No, no, they're a distillery.
Oh, okay.
Highland.
Oh, it's a Highland. Okay.
Yep.
Highland. All right. Cool. What do you got? What do you got on top? What are you starting with, Eric?
So this is Hamilton, which is an independent bottler. The Isles. This is a blended malt Scotch whiskey. So earlier this week, I did a blended Scotch, and then I did a single grain. So this is a blended malt, and all the malt whiskey comes from the surrounding Isles of Scotland with a little bit of Orkney in it. And I'm really, really liking this. I started drinking this about an hour ago. Just get below the neck. And it's got a nice little bit of peatiness, obviously, probably coming from Highland Park. And it's under $30. So it's a real nice whiskey. And I'll break into a Dark Cove committee release later on. But this is a great way to start and work your way into bigger peaty whiskeys. By the way, I want to say a little cheers to the Mash and Drum, to Jason. I learn a lot from a lot of different whiskey tubers. I get inspired in a lot of different ways from different whiskey tubers. And Jason, you've been an inspiration to me. Your work ethic, your style, everything that you do, just really, really appreciate it. And I'm glad that through YouTube we could become friends. So cheers.
I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate that, Eric. And likewise with becoming friends, especially I become friends with so many good guys over the last year. I mean, Dan, even Scott, Bart, pretty much couldn't make me stop laughing during the 12 hours of Boom with his moo. It was amazing. So,
and I'd kiss you, but we're on YouTube.
But cheers to everyone out there. First pour of the night. Cheers. Let me know what you're sipping in the chat, guys.
Cheers. And I've got my Mash and Drum coin and my Mash and Drum shirt.
Yeah, you are just a walking billboard. I love it.
That's right. And Bourbon Sane says that I look extra sexy in that Mash and Drum shirt. He says it does that to people.
I want to say hi to Robert Licorice from Iron Root. Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for the support. You are definitely one of the coolest guys in whiskey, man. I want to say hi to Curry Bowling as well. Thanks so much. John Mittler's in the house. Keith Daniel. Oh, Rick Haskew just comes in with a $24.99 super chat. Happy 1 year. Woo. You are a generous man. Thank you so much. You get a cymbal hit and then you get a choke. There you go.
And
yeah, bring out the cowbell, buddy.
I'll give him a cowbell.
Yeah, bring out the cowbell. We have, let's see, what is everyone drinking in here? We have sipping some Weller 12 for once. Highland Park 18. That's nice. Joe French is drinking Angels MD. Woodford Reserve. Damn. Got some good bottles. So, and this this Old Forester birthday bourbon is probably the best one I've had personally out of all the. I haven't had a lot of the birthday bourbons. I've had probably maybe 4 of them, including this one, and this one was by far the best one. So I absolutely.
That was last year's.
Yeah, this is the 18.
Yeah.
And I kind of fell in love with it. Actually, from you, Dan. You're the one that actually sent me the sample of it. And I was like, what the hell? I actually thought that, I remember going back, I thought that this one was the Michter's Toasted bourbon because it had like such a really great oak influence to it. But when you told me it was the birthday bourbon, I could not believe it. And I could not believe how good it was. And I hunted this bottle down for months until I finally got one.
Jason, what proof is this William LaRue Weller?
That one is 136.4, I believe.
Yeah, it's hot, man.
Yeah, that's the hazmat one.
Yeah, it's really good.
So, Jason, you just passed 4,000 subscribers. How many? And you're super productive. How many videos have you put out in 1 year? Do you know?
I actually don't know offhand. I can look right now. Let's see here.
So my 1 year is coming up in September, and I've already put over 300.
Apparently, I have 142 videos.
Seemed like a lot more.
Yeah, 142. I was way more productive in the beginning because I was just trying to churn out a ton of content and get the most I could out there. But as things, I think even Scott and I were talking about this a little bit, how things kind of slow down in the summer.
Right.
You don't have as many viewers, and you also don't have as many new whiskeys coming out. Everything kind of picks up once the fall hits again.
Right.
So yeah. So I mean, Scott, do you know how many videos you put out offhand?
We have over 800, but they're not. I mean, that's all our quick hitters as well. Our individual ones where we're together and we review a bottle. I think we're around 650 or so, maybe approaching 700 now. But for a year in and 142 videos, I mean, that's almost 3 a week. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was kind of.
I've worked pretty hard for my 4. All right.
Yeah, Dusty Dan. He's you kicked off your channel, and I know it was crazy for you at first, but you did. Your last couple of reviews, man, have been really good. I know you're having some computer issues now, but I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so in kind of talking about celebration bottles, I have a couple on hand that I would like to talk about, and that I really kind of take out for when people come over or it's a special occasion. So Dan, what do you kind of? Let's start with you. What do you have in your collection that you like to, or is there anything recent you've picked up that you want to take out for a special occasion?
I mean, really, for me, the stuff that I tend to go for special occasions is the older dusty stuff. When my brother came to town not that long ago, and him and his girlfriend came here, and I let him try almost everything in my cabinet. So, some of the older stuff, the old bottle and bonds, the dusty bottles, the Chuck Norris decanter. I mean, whatever, really. I'll just mainly stick with some of that older stuff.
Yeah, I know you're a sharer. You're a sharing guy, which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's what it's all about.
Now, Eric, what about you? I know you. I mean, you probably share as much as you can with everyone, like I do. But is there anything you hold back every now and again for a special occasion?
Yeah, I just brought home 18 bottles from Scotland. And they're all, yeah, I snuck them in my luggage or somewhere around there. I know I went to 18 distilleries, so on average I probably have one per distillery. But I'm not even going to get into them until probably like October because I'm gonna be busy with a different series, and they're all screaming, "Drink me, drink me, drink me." Well, the one I'm mainly looking forward to getting into is actually one that I bottled at Glendronach. It was I bought it myself at Glendronach, and that's one I'm really, 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 really looking forward to getting into. But yeah, I got a lot of. But other than that, other than the stuff that I brought back, my special bottles are probably the Kildalton and the Dark Cove, probably the two most special that I've got, other than the ones I just brought back.
So basically, your entire suitcase is a special occasion suitcase.
Exactly. Some of that stuff might make its way down to Texas in October.
That's awesome. What about you, Scott? What do you think? Do you have any? I know you said you did pull aside a couple. Can you?
Well, I've got each Christmas. Usually, I'll buy a special bottle just for Christmas.
Okay.
So a couple of the past ones: Glendronach 21, Parliament, and Glengoyne 21. Now the clincher, I got both of these from the UK, so international shopping and shipping. but I was able to get both of these bottles for the price of one Glendronach here in the States. So, total, I think this was the Whiskey Barrel, if I remember. No, it was a Whiskey Site NL in the Netherlands. But with shipping, I think it was $240 for both bottles. So, and I've bought from them since. Always good packing, good shipping.
Wow.
Now, one bottle just that I'm saving for a special occasion that I have for sure, Ardbeg Dark Cove. This is still a sealed one. And I'm not sure what special occasion that one will take, but it'll be opened at some point.
Is that the committee release?
Yeah.
Well, la-di-da. Look what I have right here.
La-di-da.
Because I am cracking this baby open tonight.
There you go.
I have not opened this one yet, so we are going to get into some Ardbeg Dark Cove committee release tonight.
Yep.
Nice.
Speaking of Ardbeg, so this is one that I picked up in Scotland, but not from the distillery. I got this from Ardbaggy. And this was one I got from the auction that Scott and Bart had. And I'm actually saving this. I was going to surprise you, but I'll go ahead and spoil the surprise. I'm saving this to share it with Scott and Bart. So I'm not opening this until I meet up next time with Scott and Bart. But I'll be bringing this with me.
Well, very nice, Eric. We'll drink graciously with you on that
and
one.
This is the very young Ardbeg exclusive committee release, single malt, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so looking forward to that one.
Dude, that sounds unbelievable. Is that just like a younger Ardbeg? It says very young on there. What does that mean?
I think it's an age requirement to who's going to drink it.
Okay.
No old people allowed. I don't know. I got to Google it and look it up. I really don't know jack diddly about this. Just haven't got around to it. But it's bottled at 58.9% alcohol by volume.
Oh.
So,
They did, they did a series of those because they had, I think, the very young. There was still young. I'm trying to remember the others, that they were released, each year, but it was the very young and then still young. So, and I don't remember what else, but
I want to say hi to the Whiskey Dick. Just jumped in, said happy anniversary. Thank you so much, Bill, for your support. Appreciate it. And those epic long live streams we've been on. Dark Meat Chicken asked me, what social occasion do you pull out the Jep the Creed? That's when I clean the house and I use it for toilet cleaner. John Gresik's in the house. George Kaplan's now in. Christine Daisy's here. How you doing, Christine? The artist formerly known as Christine Deems is now Christine Daisy. She's in the house. Thank you so much.
Master Blender.
The Master Blender, yes. I want to make a couple of announcements, guys, real quick before we get into some more whiskey here. For those of you that haven't been that haven't maybe checked out my site for my whiskey glasses, like the curved bourbon ones like this. I actually have been working. I worked with the giftsonglass.net just for this week. They actually did a promotion for this week for the anniversary, and he reduced all the prices of the glasses down to $5 and free shipping. So,
wow.
Yeah, if you guys haven't ordered any of my Master and Drum glasses, there's a link in the About section underneath this video. Actually, all my videos, if you click on that link, you can go and order some glasses. Like I said, I make no money off the glasses. It's just to get kind of the channel name out there.
Right.
And, yeah, so he made these for me because he enjoys my channel, and he decided to cut some prices down for everybody. So if you haven't gotten any, there's about 7 or 8 different types of glasses you could choose from. So have at it this week, and if you want, you can definitely get some at a good price. So
and Christmas is coming in 6 months. They'll make excellent Christmas gifts.
yes, yeah. You give them to people that don't drink whiskey. Like, what the hell is Mash and Drum? So one of my first special occasion bottles that I usually pull out is this one right here, and it just seems to always impress, which is the Old Fitz. You kind of take this bottle out, and people are like, "Whoa, what the hell is that?" So
it is a fancy bottle. It
is. It's a gorgeous bottle. I love this stuff. The 13-year I reviewed recently was actually really good. The 9-year I thought was really good, but wasn't nearly as impressive as the 13. So, I love taking this one out for a special occasion. It's a beautiful looking bottle, and it makes a beautiful decanter when you're done.
Not as beautiful as this Chuck Norris one right here.
All right, Dan. So what's in the Chuck Norris decanter? What is that?
That's actually it's a Jim Beam.
Oh, that's a beam
This
decanter.
one's, this one's it's 100 months, and it's from 1977, I think.
Oh, that's my birth date. My birth year. So
He's like standing on water and stuff. So
can you bring that to the middle of the screen? I got to get a look at that.
yeah.
The other one with the hat on, it kind of looks like me.
The one with the kid on your lap?
Hey, Jason, highlight him and it'll or click on him and it'll keep the camera.
Let me highlight you. Here you go, Dan.
It's Chuck Norris.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But it's supposed to be Moses.
I guess.
And then the whiskey is in the bottom area where the water is.
Yeah, it's got a tax strip and everything on there.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. And this one here is this is a Hoffman original.
That's the Eric Wade edition.
Yeah, this one here is the Hoffman original. It's I don't think it's appropriate in today's age, but yeah.
Is he wearing pants?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's not me.
Jason, I'm cracking this one for you right now, man. It's a 1970 Old Taylor tax strip still attached. So cheers to you, buddy.
A 19. How old is that one?
It's 1970, and it was put in the barrel in 1970 and taken out in 1978. It's bottled and bond, Old Taylor.
Whoa.
Yeah, we had some of that Old Taylor down in Kentucky. I think the bottle that's next to you right there. That stuff is awesome stuff. I mean, it drinks a little bit hot, but it's really good.
Cheers to you, man.
Oh, thanks, guys. All right. So let me see. What's going to be the next dram? So I think what I want to do is pour. Now, I received some really cool samples from Whiskey Friend, from Alan. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but if he was earlier, if he's in there, thank you so much again. Unfortunately, one of the samples that he sent broke and kind of got all over the envelope and kind of opened everything. So I kind of was like in there and cleaning everything out. We wanted to do this as a blind sample test, but everything just got soaked and I had to open it and dry it all out. So he sent me some pretty amazing stuff, and I want to kind of go through these and share them with you guys a little bit. The one that I really wanted to try was, so there's two here. Well, there was three, but the one that broke was the Glengoyne Teapot Dram.
Oh.
Which I really, really wanted to get into.
Man. I'd be second on that envelope.
I was smelling it. I'm like, oh my God. Because it was like this elusive, it was like that elusive sample that you've always wanted to try. But luckily, I got to thank Foodquig for this one. He sent me a sample of the Glengoyne teaspoon or teapot dram.
Oh, nice.
So that was really cool of him. But there's two drams in here I really wanted to try that I never tried yet. We have the Lagavulin 12 cast strength and the Glengoyne 25 year.
Ooh.
So what better time to kind of get into these and try to break them down a little bit. So Scott, if you want to pour a little of your Glengoyne, buddy, go for it.
I'm going.
Where did it go? Or did I finish it already?
I want to say hi to Monica Willits, who is back. I've been talking to her. Thanks so much for coming in, Monica. Really appreciate the support. John Belushi's in the house. Whiskey Shenanigans. What's up, Mike? Thanks for coming on. We have 80 in the chat, man. Awesome. All right. So should I do I'm going to do the Glengoyne first because when we kind of go to the Lagavulin later, I'll warm my peaty palate up for the Dark Cove. So let's go to the Glengoyne. I've always wanted to try this stuff. I got to match the dot color. Make sure I got the right one here. So it's the dark blue, this one. Okay. So Dan, how's that Old Taylor, man?
On the nose, it's fantastic. Butterscotch, honey, a little bit of a.
That stuff is dark.
Yeah, this one's 8 years. The one that we tried in Kentucky was 4.
Yeah, and we thought that was kind of dark for being a 4-year.
Yeah.
Whoa, Eric, wait, man, you crazy? Coming in with a 1999 super chat. Congrats on 1 year. Thank you so much, Eric. I can't say enough about your support, and you're one of the first. You're also one of the first channels that had me on when I was a wee little channel. So thank you so much. I'll give you a nice big crash here.
It's kind of funny how smartphones or whatever, they don't let you do a round number. It makes you do the 99.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of weird.
All right, so I'm gonna start nosing this Glengoyne 25 here. The oldest one I've had was the 20. Is it the 21 or the 20? Is there a 21? Refresh my memory.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Okay, you got the 21?
Yep.
I love the 21. I thought that was definitely one of the most complex, whiskeys I've had, especially a sherried Scotch. Oh, Monica Willits comes in with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Happy anniversary, she says. Thank you so much, Monica. I really appreciate all your support throughout the year. You've been an absolute amazing. You've been so supportive. Thank you. All right, so.
No, Glengoyne's got a great lineup, though. Now, I haven't had the 10, but they have the 10, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 25. That's all kind of, and a cask strength release as well. That's pretty much their core line. And you can find they do a 30-year release occasionally as well.
I've had the 12, the 10, the 18, the 15, and the 25. I'm sorry, the 21. I've never had the 25. So, I don't think I've ever even seen the cask strength anywhere. Now I think about it. Is that a rarer bottle to find the cask strength?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, all right. So let me get some of the stats here for this 25 year. This one is 48% ABV. First fill sherry for the entire maturation of 25 years. And he said, let's see, this is, and no color added. So this is natural color. Let's get a good look at this. Look how dark that is.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I mean, this has some really rich color to it. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I think they're all pretty much double caskings. Well, I know the 12, the 15, and the 18, most of the life in the ex-bourbon and then just finished in sherry. Yeah. And then the 21 and the 25 are both exclusively sherry matured.
That's awesome. I want to say, super chat from Keith Daniel, $1.99. Thank you so much, man. I want to say hi to Blind Whiskey Reviews. John for coming in, says happy anniversary, bud. Thank you so much. Amy's in the house. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Amy, so much for all the support. And Richie Z, of course, is in the house. It's not a live stream without Richie Z. All right.
One cool dude right there, man.
He is a cool dude.
Yeah.
What did you pour, Eric? What do you got?
So this is a Glenfiddich first fill sherry cask, 1998. This is one that I filled at the distillery. So for the price of whatever the tour was, I don't know, $80, $100, who knows? In addition to the tour and tasting a whole bunch of whiskeys, I got to fill this up straight from the cask. People asked me, so I made a comment that, the Macallan No. 6, which goes for $3,000 to $5,000, that there are better, sherry casks out there available, particularly if you go over to Scotland. People were asking me, well, what's better than that? And I would say this one. So for the price of doing a tour and getting this, this beats the Macallan No. 6. So this is bottle number 1670, cask number 8380. But obviously you can't run to the store and go get this. But this is better than the Macallan 6 and that Glendronach that I hand filled. And I'm gonna do a side by side with the Macallan 6. That one also definitely impressed me as better than the Macallan 6 for $5,000. But anyway, so go to Scotland. You'll find some whiskeys that are better than the Macallan 6.
Wow, that's a bold statement, man.
Yeah.
A whiskey friend is in the house. Alan, he says, hope you enjoy them, Jason. I am about to get into the Glengoyne 25. Thank you so much, whiskey friend. If you guys haven't checked out Alan's channel, go check him out. Just absolutely great guy. He's doing a lot of American whiskeys now. I sent him about, I think about 6, 7, or 8 different samples of bourbons I had that he wanted to try. So I just sent him a bunch of stuff. So I think he's going to be diving into those soon. So that'll be great. All right, Glengoyne 25.
Yeah, so Alan, so I had him on when he shortly after he started his channel, I had him on my channel. And if you looked at the way his channel was when he first started and where he's come out in a very short period of time, he's really excelled in improving his channel and doing videos and everything else. I think he's doing a really, really great job.
Yeah, he really is. He's from where he started to where he is now. His reviews are great. They're fast. They're entertaining. They're very informative. He does a great job.
He has a great accent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The accent just makes it that much better. Wow. This is this Glengoyne 25. I don't know. I've never had such an intense raisin, date, and honey note on the right off the bat on a whiskey. It's a lot of dates, a lot of raisin, a ton of sherried fruits. Definitely the influence is there. A little bit of a is it typical something this old to get almost like a little bit of a leather characteristic as well?
Yeah. Yep. I've got even the 21. It's really dark. Boy, a lot of the dark fruits, burnt caramel, leather, maybe even a little tobacco. Nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, this is a beautiful nose on this bottle. Jeffrey Wack comes in with a $4.99, says, congrats, you built an awesome channel. Thank you, Jeffrey, for being awesome. Appreciate it, man. That is for you, buddy. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. This smells amazing. There's a little bit of a kind of an orange, like a spicy, like a cinnamon orange aspect to it, too.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, it's like something like deep, rich, like blackberry jam.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's nice. Ooh, all right, I got to go in for a taste of this. Cheers, guys, to all your great drams that you're sipping on. Cheers, guys. Here we go.
Cheers. Hey, Eric, was the 18 bottles that you brought back, are they all that kind of junior size, baby size that you got?
Hell no. Oh, hell no. Hell no. They are 700 mLs rather than 750s because
right.
They're all bottled for over there, but no.
Like, no wonder you made it back with 18 bottles.
You know what? I wrapped, I did a video, which I did an unwrapping of taking everything out of my luggage. I just wrapped everything in my clothes, and I declared it when I came through customs. There's an app you can use for declaring everything that gets you through really, really, really fast. And as long as you declare everything and you're not trying to sell anything, they don't seem to really care in the United States.
Well, and the way I was reading it when we came through, and what we were told at the duty-free shop was if you bought it on land, if you bought it, in Scotland, you've already paid taxes on it. You don't have to declare that. Right. Unless when you get to customs there, they ask if you have anything that's valued over $2,500 or $5,000 or something. Right. So if you had bottles that were that expensive, then you may have to declare them. But so we didn't declare any because everything we bought was on land, so we'd already paid taxes on it, and we didn't have anything over whatever that dollar value was.
So I didn't work for customs, but I worked alongside them for 4 years down on the border. Customs is they don't want you bringing in pests. They don't want to bring any insects. They don't want to bring any drugs. And they don't want you operating commercially in such a way that you're avoiding taxes. So if you bring back 15 to 20 bottles for your own personal consumption, you can't make a profit in paying for airfare and bringing them. You can't go back and forth. You're not making any money.
True.
You're doing it. So it's not possible. But if you're driving over the border from Canada or from Mexico, that's a whole nother thing. So you can bring back one bottle driving across the border, but if you're flying from the other side of the planet, there's no way you can make a profit. Therefore, you're doing it for personal consumption. So yeah, as you said, there's a certain dollar amount. Don't know what it is, but I was nowhere near there.
And there we are. Now we're in the group. See, Kitty?
Whoa.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jonathan is here. How you doing, John?
Sorry to drop in like that, but how you doing, my friend?
All right, guys. So this is Jonathan Owen, better known as J.O. from the Party Source. He does Party Source reviews. And again, he was another person that supported me on the channel very early on, like my content. I visited a couple times in the Party Source. So wanted to have him on and say hi. How you doing, John?
How's it going? I know I've not met some of you. I've met only most of you through chat, never through person. So it's good to meet you all. And then joining me here is Kitty Kennedy, who is the other half of the reviews here. So I know I've never met Scott officially, but I've seen enough of his videos. And Dusty Dan, I was briefly talking with yesterday in a chat. And of course, I know Mash and Drum and the Eric Wake. I've corresponded a couple of times through email and chat.
And she's not the other half. She's the prettier half.
That is very, very true. Very, very true.
You are exceptionally astute. I'm going to go right to the.
I'm also halfway to being drunk.
Oh my goodness, me too.
We're all there.
JL makes me do all these reviews for like 3 hours, and then I'm supposed to not act squirrely. I mean, seriously.
We all love it.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Of course, I know you real well from the channel and seeing you in the chats and stuff. So
I do appreciate it. But
I want to give a quick shout out to Amy in the chat. Says, I can't stay. George and I wish you all the best, Jason. Thank you so much, Amy, for all the support. You and George are the amazing couple of whiskeys. I love it. Thank you so much, guys.
Amy's my favorite viewer.
in the chat right there. Kitty's joining in.
We have cowbells, we have posts going on. I am diving into some Glengoyne 25 right now.
Oh, nice.
Which is probably I have come. Steve A kind of called me out on it. He said, "So Jason, you like? It seems that you like really heavily aged sherried scotches." Because I'm not a huge fan of the younger ones, so I guess I'm an expensive date, apparently. So,
Is there any other kind?
Speaking my language. That's like talking dirty. Talking dirty.
Yeah, Kitty brought really expensive, which was, you want to tell them a little bit about that one?
All right, this is a bottle.
Guys,
This is a barrel I
you guys
picked.
have that decanter?
Yeah.
He's asking about the decanter.
Oh, this is Hot Mess. Not mistaken with Hot Mess number 2. This is the decanter from Maketh the Man. This is a collection, but we have been pouring. There's about 20 different pours in our infinity bottle, and now we have aptly named it Hot Mess because it is.
Whenever we do our Tuesday is our blind flights, and so our blind box, and so we pour what's left over into there. Friday is our basic whiskey review, so we pour what's left over in there, and so when it gets full, then we're coming there. And so right now there's literally about 20 different whiskeys in there,
Right.
and 2 moonshine cherries.
Nice.
Looks like it's some dark stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything from St. Cloud to all of the new Basil Hayden's,
Weller,
New Riff, and let's see here. There's some McKenna 10 and some other rare birds in there. Some of this stuff in there. So
Nice.
bit of that. But anyway, this is Kitty's single barrel that her and the women's group of Cincinnati picked out.
So Bourbon Women, we have Bourbon Women Association is a national organization, and we have a branch here in Northern Kentucky, Greater Cincinnati. So we did a barrel pick, and look at that. Can you see? My name is on the bottle. And so this has got some pretty high. So it's New Riff. It's excellent. It's got a lot of butterscotch notes in it, licorice, a little bit of anise.
Very nice.
Very nice. It's about 112 proof, which the higher the better.
So what's everybody drinking since we kind of came in late?
Well, we started off with I started off with Old Forester birthday bourbon.
Nice.
A nice birthday dram for the channel. We've been drinking a bunch of different stuff. Dusty Dan has some incredible. What did you just pour? What was the year of that Old Taylor?
Oh, nice.
This one's a 1970 bottled to bond.
Nice.
19, and then I had a I got a couple decanters here, but then I had the I think 2016 William LaRue. Jason, is that right?
Yeah, that was the 2016 William Weller I sent a sample of, which is actually another one of my celebratory bottles that I break out for special occasions. I want to call out Graham Young. Cheers anniversary pour of Octomore 9.3 to you, Jason.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh yeah, Graham. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so this Glengoyne 25 is amazing, and I'm gonna save a little bit more for later, just for me. When I also just want to call out at 10 o'clock p.m. guys, in a little more than 45 minutes, Rob from Whiskey in the Six is going to be going live with Daniel Whittington from Whiskey Vault to wrap up. Rob did a full American Whiskey Month this month, and he's having Daniel Whittington on to wrap it up, coming up at 10. So tune in for that. It's going to be a great night of whiskey, guys.
I gotta make sure I don't get too drunk so I can stay awake and watch it.
That's where the water bottles come in handy.
Yeah. All right. So now the reason why I wanted John was good enough to come on because the last time I was at his store, he was very very generous, and he gave me a sample of Van Winkle 12, which I thought would be perfect for this. Kind of for us to kind of sip on. And then I thought Scott from Scotch Test Dummies, he said that the last time he put Van Winkle 12 and regular Weller 12 head to head, he really couldn't taste the difference, or there wasn't a big difference, right, Scott?
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably going to depend on which bottle of the Lot B you end up with. And I did it a few times, and I couldn't tell the difference. Now, some people they'll tell you the cask type comes out and they're able to pick out the Van Winkle, but we'll see what you can do.
See what I can do. So here's the Weller 12, which I already poured in one of these glasses. Now I already poured these. These are blind. These have been sitting out a little bit.
What's Jo and Kitty think about that? They've got both of them sitting there. Have you guys tried that?
Well, if you look at our Poor Man's Pappy blind flight that we did, where we made 3 different recipes of Poor Man Pappy, and then we threw these 2 in there. This one was number 1 for me and number 3 for me. This one was number 1 for Kitty, and this was number 3 for Kitty. Mm-hmm. So upon the recipes of Pappy, they were all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to what you hear about Pappy from year to year. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna try nosing these and see if I could figure out what would be what here. Like I said, these are blind. I poured them out earlier, mixed them up. Don't know what's in what here, but I want to thank you again, Jo, for providing me with the Pappy. I'm sorry,
my friend.
I can't call it Pappy. I gotta say Van Winkle.
No, I get you.
Yeah, you want to get some people. You want to get some people fired up. You refer to a Lot B as a Pappy.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if anyone ever says, I remember I said Pappy 10 for the old Rip Van Winkle by accident once.
Yeah.
I think I had about 15 comments in my chat about it. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you get like excommunicado from the whiskey community.
I was blackballed for it.
Honestly, it's just cool to talk with you guys. I mean, actually, if you can call this face to face.
Oh yeah,
it's
definitely.
been something I've been wanting to do for a while. So thank you so much for letting me join in.
Uh-huh.
Oh, absolutely. I want to thank Whiskey Crusaders. That is Matt from Whiskey Crusaders. He said, congrats on the anniversary. He has a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Matt. Matt is one of the coolest guys on YouTube. Great channel with Sarah and Will. Thank you so much, man. He's the one that got me hooked on that older Glengoyne. He sent me the 21, which was delicious. So thank you so much for all the support, buddy.
Matt is also probably one of the most generous guys out there in terms of sharing whiskeys too.
Absolutely. He sent me 2 full boxes of samples, and it was absolutely amazing. So thank you.
He's got to. That guy's got like 5,000 bottles of whiskey.
I know.
In his house.
Wait, how do I get on that mailing list? Just saying.
Unfortunately, I think he's borderline illiterate because I can't read anything he writes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's why you gotta have him type it, man. Type it.
I know.
Yeah, right. Keystroke.
But yeah, he's when we go to, I'm planning on actually heading to Matt's place when we head down for the Bastards Ball over at the Whiskey Vault. in
Don't,
October.
don't forget to bring your sleeping bag.
Mhm.
I'm not going to need one. I'm just going to sleep amongst his whiskey. So I'm going to.
He's got like 4 rooms that are just floor to ceiling boxed whiskeys. He doesn't even know where stuff is at.
Yeah, I'm gonna find the room with the nicest bottles and just kind of make that my blanket. So
Just don't light a match because the whole place will probably go up in flames.
I know. Thank God I don't smoke. I'll be like, whoa. I want to say hi to Peter White in the chat and also Louis Ochoa and DH Silv. How you doing? How you doing, guys? Thanks for coming in.
He's the one guy whose entire house has angel share in it.
Can you do a spit take over here with that one, Carrick?
The black mold.
Yeah. Hey, there's nothing attractive about freaking bourbon shooting out of your nostril. I'm just saying. Yeah, that was bad.
Did you just call it the Rick House?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like his outside of his house probably has the black from all the vapors coming up the sides. All right, so comparing the two noses here. So, like we said, one of these is Pappy. I'm sorry, Van Winkle 12. I almost did it again. Oh, that's it. There goes my channel.
Well, a couple of people up ahead. I think one was DH Silv. There it is, and Dram Man Kentucky. They both say it's all in the smell. The difference.
Okay.
So
we have some connoisseurs.
I was gonna say something. There's a couple whiskey tubers that I'm probably the most impressed with in terms of their blind tasting and so forth. And 2 of them are right here. It's Scott and what's your name again? Oh, Jason. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, when you guys have been blinded and so forth, I've been probably most impressed with the way you guys have been able to identify things.
But now you're laying down the gauntlet because
absolutely, I did it on purpose.
And Dusty Dan is setting up a blind review for us next month.
Oh, yeah.
How do we do a group blind? I mean, like how do you do like a massive scale blind? Because I would like to take that chat.
We send out samples and whatnot.
All right.
Yeah, that's how I've always seen it.
Yeah, we can definitely set up something. So yeah. Hey, Party Source Reviews, $10. Please forgive him for the Pappy remark. Thank you so much, John.
I couldn't resist that one. I'm sorry, man. It's like don't leave his channel, guys.
Yeah, don't say it. All right. So, all right. One definitely smells a little bit more oaky to me. Or it has a little bit more of an intense nose. So whether that's the Pappy or not, or the Van Winkle, who knows?
Does it smell better, or it just smells oakier?
It just smells oakier and richer. It's not too far off of the other one here. This one has more. This one has more of a kind of a richer cinnamon type aspect to it, whereas this one's a little bit more. It's more like vanilla extract, whereas the one on the left here has. Yeah, it's coming off as an oakier profile, maybe a little bit more of a leather tobacco note in there. Interesting. John from Blind Whiskey Reviews, he asked me before, have you rewatched your first review recently? How do you feel about it? I did do that. I went back a couple of days ago and I watched my first review I ever did for the Jefferson's Wheated. And man, was it bad.
They always are. They always are.
Yeah, I just remember kind of trying to I remember the first day I shot it, the first time I did, I tried to do it all in one shot, and the magic of editing didn't really resonate until afterwards. I'm like, why don't I just shoot it in parts so I don't always try to remember everything at once? And but when I went back and I kind of looked at the music and everything I did, I thought it was good for a first shot. And then little tweaks throughout the rest of the year until, where the channel's at now. But always going back and watching those earlier ones are always interesting. I always like going back and watching Scott and Bart's when they're in the kitchen.
No, don't watch those.
Those are classics, though. That's like watching like a Honeymooners episode. I love it. I want to give a shout out to Robot Scott. He says, congrats on 1 year. Can't wait for Bastards Ball. Thank you so much, Robot Scott. Can't wait to meet you, buddy.
I like to go back and watch my old videos and then make negative comments on them.
Yeah, we've been doing this, about 4 years. And so I've reviewed over 1,000, and I go through and I kicked out a bunch of the old ones that were really, really, really bad. And I had no idea how to film or edit. They were just like, let's see about starting a YouTube channel. Hey, you have a new laptop? Figure it out. I watch Kubrick movies. That doesn't mean I know how to film and edit.
Yeah. But nothing beats the old Ralphie ones where he walks out in front of the camera and then kind of walks off the side behind. It's like, dude, you can edit those parts out and just appear in front of the camera.
The more I go back and forth with these noses, they're really similar. They're really similar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a mark so you remember which one's which? Or
I have it on the bottom of the glass,
okay.
But I've been mixing up, so I don't know which one's which right now.
In my early videos, I tended to analyze whiskeys the way you do wines. And what I learned is it's, baseball versus football. Some things carry over and some things don't. And I really changed the way I analyze and think through whiskeys versus wines.
I'm gonna take a sip of these and see what we get here.
This 16 William Rule, it's so good, man. It just makes you want to go back for more.
Isn't it ridiculous?
Yeah, it really is. It's really good.
Yeah, so the 2016 was near hazmat proof. Like I said, it's like 136 point something proof. It's crazy.
Near hazmat proof.
So when I first started doing reviews with Jo, he failed to mention where you're supposed to look on the camera. So I would be out here looking around. I would be like, I'm pretty sure this is. Well, how are you feeling about this pour over here? What about you over here in the spectator section? I had no idea. And then eventually I'm like, where am I supposed to look? Then he told me. Then all of a sudden I was like,
that's all she did was stare down the camera.
I'm like, you will like what I like. And not really. I'm just saying. But yes, I was like.
Brandon Weiss asked if I've had the 2018 William Rule. Yeah, I did have a sample of it, had a pour of it. It's really delicious. I do like the 2016 better. Just the 2016, it just needs time. It needs, whether it be like just a quick drop of water, a little more airtime, and it just starts really drinking like candy. It's just amazing.
Yeah, the heat really went away, and it really opened up all the flavors in there.
Yeah,
that's some fantastic stuff.
Yeah. So if I'm judging these, what I have here, this glass is way sweeter, a little bit more pleasing on the palate, has a sweeter finish. I don't know. I think I'm liking this one. This one to me is coming off a little bit more, definitely more oaky, not as sweet. The finish on this one also too is drying me out a little bit. It's not as pleasing. So I'm going to say this one. So we ready to find out what this one is here?
Yeah.
Curious.
Weller 12, man.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's the Weller 12?
Weller 12 on the right.
It's Weller 12. And this is the Van Winkle 12. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but unfortunately, because of the Van Winkle craze, Weller 12 now is just as hard to find and overpriced. Yeah, if you're lucky, you find it close to retail somewhere.
Well, apparently, I don't know if anyone in the chat, one of you guys in Texas, apparently a whole mess of Weller 12 just hit Texas.
Ooh.
From what I heard, I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been seeing a lot of posts from different areas of Texas of people saying Weller 12 has landed and people grabbing it. So if anyone's in Texas and you guys know people in Texas, go out hunting for some Weller 12 because I think it's out there.
Now, what year of Lot B was that, J.O.?
What's that?
What year of Lot B was that, J.O.?
Oh, hang on. It is this guy right here. This is from 1 year ago.
Yeah.
And so, Scott, Kitty doesn't know of your channel. Would you,
What?
I know.
I'm new. I'm a novice.
There's a lot of people out
She's
there.
like, who is this?
Mhm.
That collection's amazing.
I was like just looking at the loveliness behind you,
Uh-huh.
besides you.
That's taken about 5 years to grow. Eric Waite has done that in about 6 months.
Oh boy.
Wow.
No, I responding to a text. I completely missed that. I'm sorry.
My collection, I said it's taken me about 5 years to amass this, what you've done in about 6 months.
Oh yeah. I'm working on it.
Actually, yeah, half his collection he just brought back with him from Scotland in his suitcase.
That's the thing is most of these are stuff that he can't get at a store.
Yeah. Honestly, there's so much cool stuff that honestly I get to try on a regular basis that is just not on the public, and it's just I wish I could put it in front of the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like, Erica, you used to run, you were a sommelier and you worked in a liquor store, or were you in the wine industry?
No, so I've never worked full-time in the industry. I've always done consulting on the side.
Okay.
Mainly because there's not enough money in the industry. Otherwise I would be. So I've always just done consulting and stuff like that on the side.
Okay. I thought you were in the, I thought you were somehow or another tied in with like, either in the restaurant or you were like a store manager somehow. Okay.
No, I've done consulting for wineries, and actually I just got contacted by 2 distilleries. So we're talking, but no, it's just been side consulting for wineries.
That is awesome.
But the funny thing is, so if you go to Scotland, over there, there's so much stuff you never heard of, you never seen before, and the challenge is, okay, what out of this ocean of whiskey am I going to bring home? Over here, it's trying to find bottles that are unique and hard to find and rare. Over there, it's the complete opposite. It's trying to find something what not to take home. You got a limited space in your luggage. And so it's just complete opposite of what is over here.
Yeah, you've got 100, hard to find limited bottles you've never seen before you see over there or more, and you can only pick 10 or 15, and it's like, which ones do I take?
Right, exactly. So you're rationing space in your luggage.
Yep.
Right.
Wow. That is awesome.
Scott, when you came back from Scotland Bar, how many bottles again did you bring back? I know you had mentioned, I forgot what it was.
We only brought back 7 or 8. Well, no, not it was 7 or 8 was all. That was our first trip, and we were concerned with customs and with duty free and luggage weight and all that, and so we kind of just we were cautious. Right. But I did tell you 2 of the 4 bottles that I got was from Tomatin, and there's a certain PX cask release.
Yeah, and they were all out by the time I got there, thanks to you.
Yeah.
I was there like a week later after you did that live stream. I was like, son of a bitch, they ain't got no market.
Yeah, it is just a stellar bottle. The one they had is almost 18 years old, and it's 105 pounds, I think, or something like that.
So I do have a sample of it. I met up at Glenmorangie with a magnificent bastard who gave me a bunch of samples today. So I do have a sample of it. So at least I got that.
Yeah.
Are all of you magnificent bastards?
We are, yeah, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a magnificent bastard since birth.
Yeah. I'm just an adequate bastard.
Mm-hmm.
So
my dad used to call me other things, but I won't repeat it.
I'm a magnificent bitch. Just saying.
Well, all you guys are magnificent bastards because really the whole idea of it is sharing amongst friends, and we all definitely do that. So and everybody in the chat too, so everyone's a part of it. So it's been a fun year, man.
it has.
Mhm.
All right, so let's see. So what are we gonna pour next?
I haven't had a bourbon. I need a bourbon.
Can I show Dusty Dan something, which he likes those dusty bottles?
Mhm.
What do you got?
Casa Antigua. This is
Here we go. Oh wow.
Say what?
Yeah. If you look at
Leather.
that, look at the price point. It was
Yeah.
$1.10. where it was purchased. It was given to me from a local dusty bar collector, since he knows I like the weird and the crazy and the extreme. I tried it. It tastes like cherry sours and cough drops with a little bit of oh goodness, I went completely blank on it. Aperol in there.
Yes.
It's quite unique. And only thing they can figure is from the 90s or late 80s.
That's all. I love the bottle design. Does it have a reddish hue to it, or is that just the camera?
It's leather.
It's leather and it's imprinted. There's a leather necktie too, but it's been pressed in there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're in the Party Source area, come and see me, man. I'll show it to you.
That's almost as cool as a Jesus decanter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you want the decanter? Ezra is 12 years old.
That's cool.
Yeah. Unexpected find. I found that at a garage sale. I'll let you get to your thing there, Jason. Sorry, man.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's a decanter?
It's a decanter. It has the original cork wedged in there. And it's
you would never get that through customs, not because of the alcohol, but because it vaguely resembles
I think decanters is just a fancy way to say ridiculous crap to put our whiskey in.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
One guy,
I think Chuck Norris would agree.
Local guy brought in a sample for me from one of his decanters, and he said, you can't have more than an eyedropper of it. And he put me this eyedropper, and I started drinking it. And he said, it's because I had it tested for lead, and apparently it is the equivalent of toxic sludge. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, and you're giving me this from the lead paint in there?
What a friend's for.
And the eye twitch has been there ever since.
Wow.
Turn on the microwave. He pisses his pants, forgets who he is for 30 minutes.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna, for this celebratory night, I am going to finish the night with some Ardbeg Dark Cove Committee release.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I cannot wait to open this. But before we do that, I have a couple of giveaways I want to do tonight for the viewers out there. So let me move my Old Forester bottle. So the first giveaway we're going to do tonight is this custom mash and drum box that I had made. So basically, when you slide it open, inside you will get 2 mash and drum curved bourbon glasses, which will sit right here. And also you'll get 5 samples that I'm going to fill the box with, along with 2 wooden coasters.
Nice.
So that's going to be one of the giveaways tonight.
Are we eligible for that?
Sure. So that's going to be my first giveaway tonight. And then the second giveaway is, so the same guys that made my glasses, giftsonglass.net. They're really just so unbelievable to work with. He had sent me a mash and drum cutting board that he sent me.
Oh, wow.
Let me show it to you. He sent me a picture of it. Where is it here? What did he send that through? Was that through Facebook?
So I just switched to a Joe Magnus straight bourbon. This is finished in sherry and cognac cask. And this was one of my favorites from Bourbon Month that I did this year.
And one more cask, Eric.
I love that.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Cognac and what else?
Should be PX.
No, it just says sherry and cognac. Well, PX is a sherry. So
Yeah, but there's...
Nope, that's all it says.
That's cool.
So this was one of my favorites from Bourbon Month that I did.
Yeah, that was your favorite bourbon of that whole month you did, right?
Yeah, with a caveat that, hey, it's a finished bourbon, so I also had to put Elijah Craig 917 as my runner-up. You know, it's more of the authentic bourbon. But I need to finish this because I'm getting just about at almost gone. I need to, before it goes totally oxidized.
It's a bottle kill night for Eric.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, if it's still the same, depending on which batch you got, mine at least is labeled triple cask finished in Oloroso sherry, PX sherry, and cognac.
Yeah, Pedro Jimenez, sherry. Oh, yeah. So they're both sherries.
Yeah.
Two different grapes. Pedro Jimenez is a sherry, and then Oloroso and Amontillado are made from Palomino, from the Palomino grape. And they're grown on different soils, but whatever.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want
That's
to
the wine. Yeah.
I can launch into a lecture on sherry. They're both sherry. They're both called sherry, and yet they're from two different regions, two different grapes, different soils, different trellising.
Abort. Prank call. He's talking on a cell phone.
Hey, at least I'm not talking about board games.
Yeah. Amen.
Honestly, I could talk about board games if you wanted. I could fill your ear.
So here's the second giveaway that Tom sent me for one of you guys to win. I don't know if you could see it. That is a mash and drum. It looks like a barrel head, but it's actually a cutting board.
Oh,
That's
nice.
cool, man.
That's way cool.
Yeah, so he actually made this for me to give away for one of you guys tonight. So as soon as I get it, I will send it out as a giveaway for.
I would have a hard time giving that away. That's so cool.
Yeah, well, I'm giving it away. He kind of just threw it in with the glasses. So
I would mount it on the front of my truck.
All right, so the first question to win the box. What's in the box? This is just going to be a trivia question, and this is for all of you who have followed my channel. And it's actually kind of timely because Kitty came on and she had a bottle of New Riff. So when I did my review of New Riff, I was actually wearing a Mets hat, and the reason why I was doing that is because one of my favorite players was retiring. First one in the chat to call which player that was retired when I was wearing that for that video wins the box.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Wait, a baseball player retired this year?
Yep.
From the Mets.
From the Mets.
From the Mets.
We have Ken Griffey Jr.
I couldn't even name you one player on the Mets.
Mark Saliba, got it. David Wright. David Wright, who was my beloved third baseman on the Mets, but he had so many injuries. He had neck issues, spine issues, back issues. The poor guy, his career got cut short a little bit, and I kind of called that out during that review. So David Wright is the player. Mark Saliba is the winner. Congrats, Mark. So, Mark, you will get a box filled with I'm just waiting for my glasses should be here this next week, I think. And I will get out your box with all the samples. So, congrats, Mark.
I would go and eat one of those right now.
All right. So, now for the cutting board.
Oh.
Kitty's right. Kitty wants in on this one, right?
I was like, wow, that was some excitement. I thought something else was going on there. Like,
she's like, oh.
Like, where's J.O.? Where's J.O.? Where'd he go?
I'm right here.
All right. So I have a couple of questions here. Let's see.
Even guess
This one will probably be a Fast and Furious one.
Is that racing?
What's that?
Is that a racing? Fast and Furious?
No.
Vin Diesel.
Meaning the answers are going to come fast and Furious.
I panicked. Sorry.
He's probably going to blurt out the answer, so you know.
More cowbell. More cowbell. Exactly.
All right. So for this one, for the cutting board, as of 2018, I don't know if this changed, but what is the number one selling whiskey brand in the world?
Henry McKenna 10.
Did you got to write it? Do we have to write it?
No. You don't have to write it.
Did you yell it? Was it right?
I doubt it. He would have
Jim
said
Beam.
it if it was. Well, tell them, not me.
Jim Beam.
No.
On mine, we got Brandon Weiss got it. Jim Beam.
Yeah, his was up before Kitty said it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was. I was watching. It was close, but
Yeah. It's Jim Beam.
You have been voted off my island.
Brandon Weiss, you get the as soon as I get that cutting board, I will send it out to you, man. Congrats, Brandon.
I would have guessed Johnny Walker.
Good news, I don't have an island, but you've been voted off of it.
I actually thought Jack Daniels when I first was reading. I thought it would have been Jack.
I was thinking of the one that would have dried up. And when you said Jack Daniels, I was just like, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
See, I would have guessed Johnny Walker.
Wait, we have some people saying that I was first.
It's whatever they're selling in the Dominican Republic, apparently, because there's people dying left and right down there.
Yeah. John Belushi, yeah, you did get it, but on my screen, I have to go by what I see on my chat. Brandon Weiss was the first to get it. After D.H. Silv guessed John Cena, Buffalo Trace, and Fireball. All wrong, by the way. So, yeah, on my screen, it was Brandon Weiss. So congrats, Brandon.
I got a question real quick. So Scott and I both mentioned Johnny Walker Black or Johnny Walker. So when I was on the plane back from Scotland, you know, you look at one of those in-flight magazines, you know, that are on the back of the seat. And there was an advertisement in the magazine for a series of Johnny Walker Blacks that are regionals. Johnny Walker Black Isla, Johnny Walker Black Highlands, Johnny Walker Black Lowlands. I think one was Johnny Walker Black Islands. Have you seen any of those or heard of those?
Nope. No, that's all new to me.
Yeah, it was a trip. I was in them inside of a magazine. I took a picture of it real quick, and I was like, "Gee, I never heard of these and never seen any of these." And
Eric, have you gotten any flack for your McAllen marketing video, which I thought was brilliant, by the way?
Oh, thank you very much. No, well, not from McAllen themselves. No. I get these. They're marked as spam, so they don't show up. I get these comments that have a lot of 4-letter words in them that never shown up. People, I guess, are devotees. They say "F you, mother effer," blah 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 blah. Yeah. I got those when I did the videos on the whiskey on the tribe and the vault and all that. I got probably like 10 of those. I was like, "Holy cow, man!" People are getting upset. But other than that, no, I haven't heard from McAllen. So.
All right, so I'm gonna grab my glass, and it is time to pour Ardbeg Dark Oak mini release.
Nice,
dude. I haven't finished my my Joe Magnus. I got to catch up real quick.
Well, I'm gonna let this air out a little bit, get some air in it, because it's
okay. So I'll pour some air.
You have a little time.
That Joseph with a cigar.
It is. Man, what was it? Whiskey is My Yoga brought me some of that with the cigar malt.
Mm-hmm.
That was a beautiful, beautiful bottle.
Unfortunately, I'm asthmatic, so I can't.
Scott is drinking Glendronach. Which one is that, Scott?
This came out last year. It's a 25-year, the Master's Vintage.
Oh, I've not done that. The 21-year-old is what I describe as a perfect church whiskey. And by that, you taste it and you start going,
oh my God.
And you're just talking that reverent voice like you're in church, and it's phenomenal. And it's $200. It's wonderful stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Or you're Pentecostal and you start going,
I'm actually gonna
Eric.
Yeah, I'm gonna capture that one moment of doing that and just isolate it, and then I'm gonna post a video of him just doing that over and over.
Okay, for two, like one of those, what is it, 48-hour loops?
Yeah, just like a 24-hour loop of him doing that. It'd be great.
Praise the Lord.
All right, so I'm gonna warm up my palate for a little bit of the peated stuff with a bottle that I got to thank Scott to get me. I always bring it up with the Bunnahabhain 18, which is one of my favorites.
No, you arranged for someone to get that for you.
Yes, I'm sorry. I arranged someone to get it for me.
So
I'm sorry, gotta go. And so I really hate to do this. This has been a blast, guys. Don't be such strangers. We go live at 8:00 on what is today, Wednesday. If you guys are interested, we would love to have you in before the Google Hangout dies. So yeah, we continue this. Just have a big talk, big blast if you guys are ever interested. You can. My email is on our channel, and so I'm not trying to get any plugs, but I would love to have you guys on here because I think it'd be a blast to hang out with you, and that way Kitty can get the full experience.
Mhm.
Jason, thank you so much, man. This has been a pleasure. Thanks
for coming on. Thank you, and thanks for the support from the beginning, buddy. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. You're a great channel, and honestly, I'm glad to have helped you.
Yeah,
All right.
Dale, Kitty, nice to meet both of you.
Nice meeting you, both of you. Thanks, Kitty. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
I got kind of a funny story about the Bunnahabhain 18. So I was at the Stonefield Castle on the Kintyre Peninsula when I was visiting Campbellton. And so I go into the bar, and there's a couple there, and I recognize the accents. You know, they're Americans, they're not Scottish. So I start talking to them. We're both sort of eyeballing all the whiskeys in the bar. And the guy says, yeah, we were hanging out with a friend, Roy, the other day. And I said, you mean Aquavite? And they go, yeah, you know? I go, yeah, I just celebrated my birthday with him yesterday. The day before that or something like that, Roy had just bought them dinner. So they had just spent the day with Roy, and then 24 hours later, then I was spent hanging out with Roy, and then the two of us just happened to meet up at this castle bar in the Kintyre Peninsula. So anyway, so I bought him a dram of the Bunnahabhain 18.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, Bunnahabhain has quickly moved up into my ranks of one of the top distilleries. I really like what they're doing.
They really have a distinct identity that's so different than everybody else on Isla as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, Keith from the Malted Man Cave actually sent me a sample of Bunnahabhain. I actually liked it. It was I think it was Bunnahabhain 12, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty good.
Yeah, wasn't it? I thought you would like it just because that really nice mix of bourbon and sherry does. I don't know, just how it plays really well. I think with bourbon drinkers.
Yeah.
Robert Licorice, $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Robert. That's very generous of you. Having out as well. Congrats on 1 year. Looking forward to see you in October. Right back at you, Robert. Thank you so much.
And Bunnahabhain and Kalila probably have the two best views from the docks as well.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Loch Ness? Thanks for coming in. And Kilojolt, I thought Jim Beam was called Jim Bean for a long time. So Jim Beam was Jim Bean, like as in like pork and beans. All right. So we are coming up on 9:49. We have about 11 minutes left before it's time to go to Rob and Daniel Whittington. So it is time for our final dram. What is the final pour of the night, guys?
Ardbeg Dark Cove committee release.
Oh, he's joining in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got the Glendronach 25-year Masters Vintage 1993.
Where did you find that, Scott? Was that a special release that released in America, or did you get that overseas?
Yeah, UK only. I ordered it. I think this was the whiskey barrel.
Oh wow!
So, yeah,
and
it wasn't. I mean, it was like $220 or something like that.
Wow, for a 25-year-old?
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. Yep.
That's nuts.
It's delicious. It's simply delicious.
That's awesome. Dan, what are you pouring for your last pour?
Oh, I still have the 1970 Old Taylor. It's pretty damn good, man.
All right, I'm getting into the Dark Cove here. And actually, Whiskey Crusaders, Matt, said that the Ardbeg Dark Cove committee release is a bottle he does not own.
Ooh.
Which is crazy.
I think Sipper Social Club, my brain. Jeremy. I was gonna say it's not Jason, it's not Jimmy. I've had a few. He actually didn't like this from a neck pour, but he liked it once it broke the shoulder.
Yeah. So here's a close up of the color. Definitely the darkest Ardbeg I've ever had or seen. It's got some color to it. Usually they're definitely a little bit lighter than this.
It's about to be the best Ardbeg you've ever had.
Yep.
Well, that's the point, buddy. Here we go. I'm going to D8 Silv said, I don't own Dark Cove either because I drank it.
Yeah, and this is one. So the Dark Cove committee release, I got this for $150 per bottle. And now if you can get one, they're probably $400 and up.
Yeah, I think you were buying that. You found some, I think, right after we did our peach
Right.
or something.
Yeah, in fact, it was your video that made me go out and look for it.
Yeah.
And I could have ordered more, and now I'm kicking myself, but I just ordered 2 of them. It's like, son of a gun.
So you still got one more sealed?
Oh yeah. That one, I'm holding on to my deathbed. Once I get diagnosed with something fatal, then I'll drink that one.
God, this on the nose, this is ridiculous.
Yep.
It smells like, you ever have like a rich, like a caramel coffee?
Ooh.
My word.
The problem is once you drink this, everything else from Ardbeg almost starts to become a disappointment.
I can see that.
Particularly committee releases, you get Ardbeg Drum, and you're going, God, I hope it's as good as the Dark Cove. And
Yeah.
Wow, this is so this is dark sherry casks. That's what it's matured in.
Mm-hmm.
This is an NAS. Any idea of what the age on this is?
I have not heard, so I don't know. So what amazes me though is because everybody, bottles can be, divisive, and some love them, some hate them. The Ardbeg Dark Cove keeps surprising me how many people really, really love that bottling.
Oh yeah. I've never heard a bad word.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard people who, like Jeremy, he wasn't real big on the neck pour, but once he got past his shoulder, he really loved it.
Man, this is the darkest and richest Ardbeg I've ever smelled. It's incredible on the nose. The richness of flavors here, you definitely get a lot of influence from the dark sherry, but it's like all those fruits are covered in like caramel and like espresso on the nose. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I've never nosed any Ardbeg like this. This is crazy.
So you just get into the bottle. How long have you had it?
I have had it for probably 4 or 5 months. Haven't cracked it open yet.
There's no way in hell I could wait that long.
Yeah, I actually had it planned in my head that I'm like, you know what, when my channel hits a year, I'm going to crack it open, and here we are. So.
Wow. When I bought the Ardbeg Drum, within an hour, I was drinking it.
Yeah, the Ardbeg Drum I cracked open right away. So, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Ardbeg Dark Cove, so this is Ardbeg matured in dark sherry casks. This is the committee release, which comes in at 55% ABV. So it's got some heat to it, and you could smell it on the nose, but all that sweetness and that underlying like rich, the caramel flavor. There's definitely some of that quintessential Ardbeg funk, a little bit of a sea salt characteristic in here too.
So you're going to do a more formal review later on when you get a little deeper into it?
I don't know, because you can't really get it anymore. So
yeah, but still people like to hear what to hear about it.
Yeah, this is my review right now. All right, here we go. I'm going to go in for it because I can't wait anymore. Here we go. Cheers, guys, and thank you so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the support, and here's to another year, and here's to good luck along the way, and also on all your channels. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. And congratulations.
I would say if you really wanted to improve your channel, there's one thing you could do.
What's that?
Shave your head.
Shave my head? Okay. I'll do that one time, maybe. I'll get like a bald cap.
It's way to go, man. Just ask Bill. Crumb domes, way to go.
Dear Lord, that is what? How can Ardbeg even put out anything else after this?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
You know how many subs we had after our first year, Jason?
How many?
Just over 100.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? After a year?
Yep.
That's a travesty.
Well, the thing is, at the time, you had Ralphie, you had Horst, and there were a few other channels. We've been doing it for almost 6 years now. At the time, there wasn't that many channels.
Yeah.
We didn't have, the the support network that's out there, you know, of channels combining together and just helping each other out.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, of course, and you know, we tried something different. You know, we wanted to bring humor and whiskey together and do that, and it just didn't. People didn't want the talk and the banter; they just wanted the whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, so you're at 4,000 subs after a year. We were at 100. So
there's kind of a double sword. On one hand, if you try to start a channel now, there's so much competition. On the other hand, there's more awareness that such a thing exists.
yeah,
So if you start now and you're really, really, really good, as Jason is, you can do really well. On the other hand, it's going to be really difficult to compete for viewers with so much that's out there. Yeah,
and I kind of felt like I was in this like in between time. They were very, there was a lot of channels that had kind of solidified their position on YouTube. Scotch Test Dummies, It's Bourbon Night, Whiskey Tribe. There was a few others. Obviously, Rob. There was a few others mixed in there that I knew and started watching. Then I kind of started mine, and then afterwards, we had all these other channels kind of come in maybe 2 or 3 months after mine started.
Right.
And I couldn't be more pleased and happy with how much everybody just kind of connected so quickly, and how everyone really just kind of leaned on each other for help, and also kind of embraced each other as a whiskey tube community. And I think Scott, you and Bart were really kind of the trailblazer with that, along with Roy. Roy really helped me out a lot too, and Eric, you were very welcoming, and it took off way faster than I thought it would, and I think that's a testament to not only the community that watches, but all the YouTube channels in general, just being that welcoming. So,
well, that Jason and the work that you're doing. I mean, your video quality is good, your lighting is good, your audio is good, your knowledge is good. You bring that all together, and you're already ahead of the curve starting out. So, yeah, I mean, it's a combination of everything, but
yeah, but yeah, it is true. But I don't think I would have had the growth that I would have had in case, unless channels like you guys kind of embraced me and helped me out, called me out on your live streams that I was just starting out. It's just from beginning to end, for 1 year out, it's I can't be happier with what happened, and the guys that I met and the people I met and spoke to, the community, you guys. So.
Well, I think it kind of harkens back to something you're saying all the time, which is really not about the whiskey, but the people you're sharing with. And that sort of links in with community. And I think the one of the big things that you've done is, all the things that Scott just mentioned are very true, but the fact that you're so engaging in the community and interacting with people, that's the biggest thing. And it goes along with your philosophy that it's really about who you're sharing it with, not just about the whiskey.
Yeah, and that's what it really was for me. It was just really, because I had so much fun with the people in the chat before I had a channel, to actually be able to interact with them and share the whiskey and talk about it and see that they were passionate as I was. That's really what it was about. And, the Bourbon Buddies, Bourbon Sane, I Whiskey She Wines, all these other channels that came along that, they said that I inspired them. And I think that's crazy because so many guys before me inspired me to start a channel. So it just kind of you see how it kind of goes down the line, how everything grows. The community just gets bigger, more beautiful, more engaging. And it's been amazing. I cannot wait for the next year. So, so with that, guys, I want to thank everyone in the chat for coming on, watching. We had over 100 at a bunch of points. Congrats to the winners tonight. Thank you guys for coming on and hanging out with me for my 1 year anniversary. Scott, let everybody know where to find you if they don't know already.
Scotch Test Dummies on YouTube, Scotch Test Dummy with an I on Twitter, and the real Scotch Test Dummies on Instagram.
Awesome. Eric, what do you got?
All right, Eric Wade Whiskey Studies, and starting my next series, which will be on the business of Scotch whiskey, sort of very similar to my recent series on the history of Scotch whiskey. So anyway, there you go.
And Dusty Dan with your Jesus decanter.
You can find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. You can find me on YouTube at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. And stay dusty out there, fellas.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much. Head on over to Rob at Whiskey in the Six. He's having Daniel Whittington on from Whiskey Tribe. Should be a fun night of whiskey and collaboration. So thank you so much, guys. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It is the people you share it with. So cheers, everyone. And I'll see you next time. Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers. Congratulations, Jason.
Thanks.